Hello friends, welcome back to Fix It With Beer. Here with the 2012 GMC pickup truck, we're going to go ahead and do the rear brakes. We did the front brakes last week and that turned into about a 12-pack activity because we had some things went wrong. There were problems, but we'll kind of talk about the fronts. The fronts are just like the backs essentially. The process is the same. So you can watch this one or go find one of the other dozen videos on how to do the fronts if you're worried about it. But we're going to go ahead and get it started here. But happy Saturday afternoon, and we'll have actually it's Friday. It's Friday after 4th of July. Coors Banquet beer today as we get started. All right, guys. Here's what we need for the project here. We got the. This is a 22 millimeter. That's what it takes for my lug nuts. Your lug nuts may be different, but I bet you they're not. Got a 19 millimeter wrench we need. We got a 19 millimeter socket. We got an 18 millimeter socket. This is Brent from the future. The caliper bolt is different on the back than it is on the front. It's 13 millimeters on the back here, and you're going to need your adjustable croissant wrench to go ahead and hold the little pin in here. We'll show you in just a second, but 13 millimeter to get the caliper off. We got an extra little piece of pipe for a little extra leverage. We got the Milwaukee for getting the lug nuts off. That's all we're going to use that for. I bought the Detroit axle parts and pieces. They sent a really nice little kit. They were not the most expensive. They were not the cheapest. They just seemed like the mid-grade. Hey, it's a 12-year-old truck. I'm not looking to race this thing. I'm not buying the crazy stuff, but it's a pretty nice kit and it was affordable. Anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to get this thing jacked up and get the jack stands under it, and then we'll get the tires off or the wheels off and we'll go from there. See, we got the jack stands in place, and don't forget, I went and put some wheel chocks under the front so we didn't roll around. Front wheel drive, it will roll. So you can see where we are. We got the big rotor here, and we've got our caliper and our bracket. Okay, so you see we got some little copper retainer clips here. We're gonna pull those off. We'll never save them. They'll be trashed, and it's gonna be what it is. Shout out to the Diamond Tool folks up there in Duluth, Minnesota. I bet you there's a guy or two from Duluth watching one of these videos. All right, as figured, those are toast. We knew they would be. Okay, so here's our caliper bolt right here. We're just gonna move the line out of the way. And then you can see when you spin it, this guy just spins. So you gotta get your croissant wrench on there and just kind of hold it. And now this thing's not tight at all. I could probably just get the socket because this thing's gonna be a fight. All right, so we went and got the socket and it's coming off way easier now. I hope the bottom one comes off as easy as this top did right here. So we're gonna leave that like that. And then you see right down here, can you get down here? There's the bottom version. And we're gonna do the exact same thing. Get our croissant wrench on there. So then you gotta hold that thing because it's gonna keep trying to spin on you. So now we got our two caliper bolts out. And now this caliper should, with a little bit of encouragement, pop right off. There we go. So there's our caliper. It's hooked right here. We don't want that to fall. We're going to kind of set it right up there and out of the way. Everyone says you should zip tie these things, but I think if you hook it right across on this line right here, that way it's not going anywhere. You just don't want it to fall and break your line. Now the one on the front is much heavier, so you definitely don't want that one to go on you. Okay, so we're going to get this bracket off. Now this bracket is the big one. It's an 18, and I know that thing's on there tight. All right, there we go. You gotta have a little cheater bar for encouragement, guys. same thing on the top here. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta hang on it a little bit. All right, so we got the bracket bolts out. And again, those are the 18 millimeter. And then when you get that, this whole guy is gonna come off with our old pads. You can see how thin our pads had gotten there. We got some new one of those lined up. And then we got our rotor we gotta pull off. All right, sometimes just give this thing a couple of good knocks. It'll just come right off, guys, just like that. Ta-da! And there we go. Ooh, you can see the inside of this is looking pretty rough. So we're gonna kind of set that right there for now. I don't imagine we need to get too into this emergency brake here. It works. And so we're not gonna mess with it. All right, guys, we got our new rotor here. You can see it's a big, kind of a deep dish version here compared to the fronts, which are much, less of a dish. But always a good idea to go ahead and give these a quick spray and wipe just to get any packing oil off there. You don't want to get the packing oil all into your new brake pads. Anyway, I don't think you got to get carried away with this, guys, but it's a good idea to just wipe them down real quick before we slap them on there. So then, slide that guy on like that. Okay, guys, we're going to take the old pads out, and they'll just kind of slide out like this. They had a little life in them, but it was time. We were just about up on the wear indicator here, so that's going to be that there. You got the old clips in here, and these clips should just come out. You might as well put the new clips in. Your kit comes with a new clip. We're going to try to put the clips and everything in here, and the pads, and then mount it. So let's just see how this goes. See, you got the little guides here, just go in, and it just kind of snaps in. It doesn't snap in tight, but it snaps in. And so then our pads, it's got the little feet here on the bottom that go into the little track right there, I think. All right, if you snap them in from the inside, it goes much better. Well, that one went better from the inside. Anyway, guys, you just get them in there like that. We're getting good spring action on these guys, and I think we're going to call those okay on lubricated, but we are going to take some of this lube and put it in the track here. Okay, guys, they say to put a little bit of this grease in here. I don't know why it makes that big of a difference, because it's all going to come off in the first rainstorm, but hey, listen, we'll follow the rules. Just in the little track right there. And then we'll kind of move it around a little bit so that it's all got a little bit of slippery stuff on it. We are going to put a little bit on this, guys. This is a good idea, because this is what got me on the front, is these things were seized. This has got some kind of heavy duty something or another on it. We're just going to put a little bit of this in here, put it back in there. Just like that. Same for this one. And guys, this is just a good idea because, like I said, when these things seize up, then you're at AutoZone or O'Reilly or wherever you like to go buying a new caliper bracket. All right, so now we've got a rotor on and it's clean. We're in place. We're going to grab the big bolts here, which are 18s again, guys. And I'm going to slide these things out to the side so we got plenty of room. Put that on just like that. Let's way forward here. All right, so we got the caliper bracket bolts in there. We got our pads in place. Then we're going to take our heavy duty guy here. I'm gonna put that on there pretty dang tight. It is your brakes after all, guys. Now, caliper time. What's the first thing we gotta know about the caliper? First thing we gotta know about the caliper is it's never gonna fit over these brand new brake pads because they're all thin and the new ones are thick. So we need our C-clamp and the old brake pad. Okay guys, so if we take our caliper now, we're gonna take the old brake pad, we're gonna put it over the caliper. We're gonna take our giant C-clamp, we're gonna put it on there. This C-clamp is one size too big, it's a 6-inch. You could do it with a 4 pretty handily actually. So can you see what I'm doing there? Kind of take the old brake pad, kind of square it up on there, and then you're gently going to push that piston back in. All right, let's see if that's enough to get us slid over. Okay guys, you're just gonna put your caliper bolts back in. Just gotta remember you got the little spring action on those receivers. And then we can go to the socket and the adjustable. Okay, we got the top nice and tight. All right, so now same thing at the bottom. All right, that should get us there, guys. All right, NASCAR time again. All right, guys, that went a lot smoother than it did last weekend with the fronts because those little spring nuts were all working in the bracket. So we just finished side number 1. Go ahead and do side number 2, but might as well finish the number 1, and then we'll get started on side number 2. All right, boys and girls, we started that just about 1 o'clock, and it's just now, what, 3 o'clock about? And we got it all done, took it around the block, everything seems to be working. I don't know what they get for a brake job these days at the dealer, but I bet it's $800 or $1,000 if you do rotors and pads. That kit I think was $275. It came with front and the back. Obviously we had the problems with the front last week. It took that was a whole Saturday messing with that, guys. I'll be honest with you, it did not go well. But it was doable, and we got it back running. Thank you, I don't know, the parts store that had the caliper bracket available on a Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock, because that was a lifesaver. We didn't have any problems with that today. We just got them off and put it right back together, and it can be done. So anyway, if you give it a try, good luck. It's not difficult. So there's lots of videos out there. If you watch mine, you can watch some other guys, maybe more technical than me. But we had a fun time, and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and we'll see you on the next one. I don't know what's coming next, but something.